Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I want to do a get ready with me while giving you guys 10 tips and tricks of how to survive this quarantine, because I know we're all stressed. I know we're all overwhelmed by this social distancing phenomenon, and I just wanted to be there to, help be a guiding light for you guys who are looking for inspiration and looking for some tips to help y'all get through this time. So yeah, if you're interested in knowing 10 tips and tricks on how to survive quarantine, stay tuned. I know this time around it has been a strain on a lot of people's mental health during this whole social isolations, and it can get hard at times. Actually, it quarantine for me hasn't been that hard, to be honest, because I'm used to spending a lot of time at home. Social distancing can take a toll on your mental health and even on your physical health. And a few days I felt like I was slipping up a bit, but I caught myself in the brink of time to rejuvenate, refresh, and come back stronger. My first advice would be to get a lot of rest. I've seen a lot of people talking about how you should gain a skill and how should perfect your craft during quarantine, and there's no excuse for you not to be progressing as a person during quarantine. And I say screw that shit. Your mental health is more important than developing a skill or perfecting your craft. I mean, if you're in the position to and the mental state to get yourself to do that, then go right ahead by all means. However, don't look down on the people who choose to rest and take care of themselves mentally. My second tip would be take more walks, go for walks, go for runs around the neighborhood. I know we're not allowed to go to parks. Well, actually, we are allowed to go to parks here in Georgia because they can't just reopen the state, which is crazy to think. But you know, take walks around the neighborhood, still social distance. If you see somebody coming down the street, you cross the street from them so y'all don't come in contact or too close. So that's what my family and I have been doing. Like, we've been taking a lot of walks lately, just making laps around the neighborhood sometimes. Yesterday, my brother and I took a walk and we took 2 or 3 laps around the neighborhood. And it was so funny. Don't forget Primal. The sun was setting and it was just so nice just to take a break from being in the house. Just wanted time to relax my mind, take a walk, get some fresh air and whatnot. So that has helped me a lot. My next advice would be to start reading a little bit more. I'm currently I'm reading 2 books right now. Rebellious Life of Rosa Parks. It's a good book, and when I'm not reading that, I'm reading this book by Danielle Steele called Sisters. Reading is always good. Anytime you have the time to read, that's always a recommendation for me, honestly, because you learn so much when you do read. Learn a lot. My next tip for surviving quarantine would be working around the house. You'd be surprised how many things you could do around the house that keeps your mind occupied, and the day goes by so fast. Like, currently, I need to stop saying like so much, but currently my dad and I are extending the back deck. We bought the materials, we were cutting the wood yesterday, and just getting everything done around the house that you wouldn't have had time to do had we not been in quarantine. So I've been taking the time to do that. I've been gardening. We buy roses at Home Depot, we take them home, and we just garden in the afternoons. The other day I was literally picking weed out the garden. Like, that's who I am now. The number 5 on the list is catching up on your series. I don't know about y'all, but I'm like a fanatic when it comes to watching new series and keeping up to date with the old ones that I've been watching for probably a few years now. My sixth advice would be, if you are in the right mental state to take up a hobby, I suggest drawing. Here's my reason why. You have people who are genetically artistic, but you also have people who teach themselves how to draw. And I'm the perfect example of that. My older brother, he's really good at drawing, but I don't think I was gifted like that. Some people are gifted in that sense, but for me, I had to teach myself how to draw. Like, I knew the basics, but it was just like I knew if I put in the practice and put in the time and effort, I would be able to improve my drawing skills, which is exactly what I did. The other day, shout out to this girl on Instagram. Her name is King Cassie, I believe, on Instagram. And it's like I saw her posting her drawings, and I said to myself, like, damn, Brit, I totally forgot that I used to draw. And I actually used to enjoy it because, you know, when you draw something and it come out nice, it's like, yeah, I'm gonna continue with it. But then few just give it a few days and you fall off. So that afternoon I went to Walmart and I bought this drawing kit that has a whole bunch of drawing utensils. So I kind of picked up drawing again, and I drew an eye, then I drew a flower, and what else did I draw? I tried drawing some other stuff, but they didn't come out as good as the flower and the eye, so I kind of felt a little bit discouraged. But I think I'm gonna start taking that seriously. Honestly, I feel like I'm gonna pick that up again because I mean, why not? Why the hell not? I'm not really gonna do too much with my face because I want it to be a very short video. I'm not gonna be doing like eyeshadow and stuff like that. I'm not in the mood. Honestly, it's just gonna be something very simple and easy. It's basically my everyday makeup, which I don't wear makeup every day, so it's the days that I do want to do something, but not too much. My next advice would be try finding new music. I realized that I was kind of just listening to the same music over and over and over again, and I just decided, you know, let's branch off a little bit. I listen to a lot of genres, but it's like the same songs from that particular genre. Like if it's country, you know, I'm gonna listen to like the same songs, and if it's K-pop, it's the same songs. If it's dancehall, it's the same songs. So I've just really been extending my playlist, listening to more artists, newer artists, artists that I've known about but haven't really listened to. So yeah, I've been doing that. It's kind of relaxing, especially in the afternoon when I have a glass of wine, just had dinner. Yeah. Number 8. A good part about social distancing, it doesn't mean you can't get into a car and drive a mile away or 10 miles away and not come in contact with somebody. So go for car rides with your parents. Like some reconnect with your family in this time, you know. All these things that I'm suggesting, these are ways that you could also use to reconnect with like a sibling or your parents or your grandparents. I don't know. It's just the perfect opportunity. Find time to just sit at the dinner table together and so forth. But I like sitting at the dinner table with my family and we talk. My dad talks about work because he still works. My mom, we just chat, you know, chat it up. My brother, we always got shit to talk about, and we talk about what we're gonna do when quarantine is over. We talk about how our day was, you know. These are things that you guys could do to redevelop that bond you had with a family member that kind of became lacking, especially y'all younger folks who just been into hanging out with friends for the past few years and you kind of neglect your family in a sense, not like intentionally, but you know, you're young and you spend most of your time going by your friend's house. You probably even spend more time with your friend's family than you do with yours. My next one, this I've been doing before social isolation. I keep calling it social isolation. It's social distance. Yeah, I've been doing this even prior to social distancing, and that is cooking and baking. Like, people don't understand how therapeutic that is. These are things that's just it's not hard to do, but it takes your mind off being isolated. You know, it because you're technically isolated. You're isolated from the world outside. I'd suggest y'all cook. It's something fun. I know some of y'all never even boil water before, but it is good to learn how to cook, you know. because at the end of the day, you can't depend on other people to always prepare your meal. Come on, we're grown here. And this brings me to my final tip to surviving quarantine and social distancing would be to create content, which I have been failing to do these past few weeks because I said I'd be on my A game when it comes to this YouTube-ish, but I haven't been because I've been like procrastinating a little bit, and I'm sad about that, but it's never too late to start. I mean, we'll probably be social distancing for the rest of the entire year, so might as well you use the time to do something that you've always wanted to do. Creating content. You can also make videos for Instagram, and I've seen a lot of girls start up their YouTube during this time as well, and I've just been so excited to see all these girls just make content because it keeps me entertained, it keeps you guys entertained, so why not, you know? It's helping each other out during this. Shout out to you guys. If it's something that you want to do and you like doing, don't let anything stop you. You don't have a professional camera, use your phone. You want to draw but you don't have the fancy pencils, use a 2B pencil. Like, don't let anything stop you from doing what you want to do. This is for the people who actually want to do things but aren't able to do it because they don't have the correct equipment or so. You still can do it. Just make do with what you do have and just do your thing. So this is the end of the get ready with me. This is what I look like after everything. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and see you in my next video.